Okay, y'all, Andy with Andy Outdoors again today. Really, like I said before, this is part two of my fire safety videos. It's going to actually have three parts instead of the two, like I said originally it was going to have. Part two here, I'm going to go through actually sitting down and making plans for evacuation of homes and businesses if a fire would occur or any kind of emergency. I've got everything from household. This is my household ERP plans. Okay, in the mine we have ERP plans. This is my home ERP plan. That's emergency response plan of what you need to do in case of an emergency. I've got structure fire, I've got flood, I've got home invasion, and carbon monoxide. Them's the four major issues that you can have at home. And then injuries, of course, you're going to handle it the best way you can. I've got a first aid kit and stuff, and it's actually a pretty extensive first aid kit. It's what I carry on car wrecks and stuff if I run POV or if I roll up on one. But that's a different story, okay? But I'm gonna stick to it. First of all, I'll run through all my ERP plans, and then I'll go over like our meeting areas and what we'll do and everything like that if such would occur. Okay, this is my household ERP plan. This is for a structure fire. What you do is, how I do it is I draw out a diagram of my house. Okay, and then these numbers represent different fires. Okay, and situations like fire 1. That's a fire in the hallway blocking Layla's and Ivory's. That's blocking their room. So what they will do, they will barricade, bust window, and escape. Okay, that's pretty common sense, with how Ivory's room and everybody's is set up. If you have a fire right in that area and you're in one of these living quarters, you have no way of escape. Because my only escapes in my house is the back door. You can go through the basement and come out another basement door back here, or you can go out the front door. Unfortunately, that's the only things that we have. So we have to make an ERP plan to cover if we would have one in the hallway, or if we would have one in the living room, because how the living room's set up, you may not get by that, or if it's over here. That all calls for different ERP plans. So, on stage 1, she's going to go and she's going to barricade this room by putting cloths and stuff at the bottom of that door, protecting her, buying her as much time as she can. She'll come over here to her window and she'll bust it out, or she will at least rip the curtains off and try to bust it and holler, and hopefully my neighbor, which would live up in this area, would hear. Or she has a phone in her room. She can call 911 and get help started, and she can tell them where she's at. And then they'll come and they'll bust the window and get her out. Okay. Number 2 fire would be over here in this area. We've got a fish tank over here. So that right there, if that would catch on fire, that's fire at fish tank. Crawl to front door. Okay. So the last one out, that's what I meant by that. That was my shorthand. Closed door. That is important because in my first video, I showed that if a fire is not properly ventilated, that it will actually continuously burn. But the last one out, if they close the door, then we have a chance of getting this fire out. Number 3 is the most common that you can have, is a kitchen fire. Kitchen is exit out front door. Okay. Number 4 fire, which is right in this area, right at the front door, and that's exit back door if possible. If not, barricade and bust the window out. All right. Then I'll turn over here to page 2 of my ERP plan. And this is a really good thing to do, especially if you have kids. Another thing, make sure that your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are working. Okay? Basement fire. Exit out any way possible. Okay, because the fire's underneath of you. You should be able to get by, unless you're crawling and you feel heat. I got it right here. Feel heat, get hot, get away. Could fall through. If you have a basement or any time that you have a fire and you feel it underneath of you, you need to go the other direction to keep it from, from going and you falling through. Could weaken the floor support and you're going to fall through. This is my flood ERP plan. I know that I've only been talking about fire, but I want to cover flood, and I'll run real quick through my emergency response plan for a home invasion. And I haven't got it wrote down, but all you're going to do if you have a carbon monoxide leak is just get out of the house. That's all you got to do is just get out, because there's been a concentration of high carbon monoxide. It could be higher in these bedrooms because where the smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector is outside of there, it may be higher, it may be lower in these rooms. You don't know, but it's enough to trigger that. If it triggers that, it's usually at like 60 parts per million, I want to say. So you can actually breathe that and not cause significant damage, but you need to get out. That's all there is to it. Get out. Okay, this is my flood one. So if we have a flood, the water is going to be coming on this side of it because this is where the river runs. Okay, this place is never flooded, but we want to be safe anyway. So all you'll do is you'll just evacuate and go out the back door, because you don't want to go out the front door around where the river's at here. Okay, so you want to go out the back door and head towards my neighbor Runts. That's all there is. 1, escape out back door. 2, escape out Ivory's window if has to be, because hers would be the farthest one out. Okay, number 3 is a home invasion. This is the most, really, fire, and this is the most realistic thing that could happen. Okay, you wake up to a noise in the basement stairway. Grab a gun, work to Andy's room, call 911, get a Layla wherever noise is. Get to Andy's room for additional ammo and arms. Then you have 2 options: advance and clear, or sit and wait. Stay on the phone with 911 if you advance. Use all walls between hallway and living room. Watch go through slowly. Watch and clear each room thoroughly. If you do make contact, command to show hands. If they do not, eliminate the threat. It's simple, you know what I mean? It's simple things, but it's simple planning. And another thing is simple drill. As you see, we've wrote down everything that we need, but that doesn't make for a plan. You can have this plan all you want sitting on the desk, but unless you drill it, unless you practice it, you will not remember it. I can read this off to them once every month or once a doggone week, and they will still not remember it. You have to get hands-on and do your plan. Make sure that it's going to work. Set up fake fires. Doggone have to try to come around them. You know, show how you're going to barricade. Show how you're going to do things. That's the only way that you're going to succeed. And I hope that you really take my heathings on this, because I don't want to have to roll in at 3 o'clock in the morning and have to come in there to try to get your family out. I don't care to. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'll risk my life, and I'll give my life if need be to save your family. That's what us volunteers and all firemen will do. We will give our lives for that. But we don't want to have to take the risk of you losing your family. If you have a plan in progress, then all we have to do is come fight the fire and get it out and try to save your home. You know, the good Lord above can provide you more earthly products. We can always find you another bed. We can find you another Xbox, TV, whatever it may be. You know, dog, whatever. You know, dogs and stuff, they're part of the family too. I don't want to see them ever burn. But it's not worth your life to save a dog. Okay? Or anything like that. We're trained professionals. If we find your dog and there's any way possible, we're going to save it. We are there to serve you. We're there to protect property and life, and we will do that. But I want to make sure you know what to do in case our response time ain't fast enough. I mean, it's life. It's the truth. I don't want to have to, you don't want to lose a kid. You don't want to lose your wife. You don't want to lose yourself. So please, work out an emergency plan. Put it in progress. Our meeting area is at our trash bin and at the old rabbit cage up here. That's our two meeting areas. And I'm going to be honest with you, we don't drill like we should. I try to drill at least once a month. I'd like to drill once a week, really. But between work, class, and running fire calls and stuff, I get slacked off on it. But I hope that y'all would at least drill once a month, just like I do, and have your family ready if something would happen. So, for today, that's Andy with Andy Outdoors. I'll come to you with part 3. Part 3 is going to be what we use, the steps that firemen take once we get on scene of a structure fire. People think that we're just cutting holes in roofs and doggone busting in windows and stuff just to get to destroy stuff. But that's not true. It's all part of proper ventilation to get the fire pressed to where we need to corner it to put it out. That's our ultimate goal, is to get the fire out. We're not there to destroy your stuff, but I'll cover every bit of that in video 3. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and repost it to your social media so your friends on Facebook can see it and come and watch it. I really hope that it's been beneficial. I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks, you guys.